Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of our Lion Fight Zoom chats. Joined, of course, by Nathan Carnage Corbett and our special guest this week with possibly in the running for nickname of the year, the
No.
Yasmeen Devil, Yasmeen Salhani. Yasmeen, it's a pleasure to have you with us. You're in San Diego, of course, training out with your team there and ready to make your debut on Lion Fight coming up in May, and May the 21st on UFC Fight Pass. We're very excited to have you on that show. Tell me, I guess I wanted to ask you what it's like for a fighter to get that call from her coach and say, you've got your shot on Lion Fight, on UFC Fight Pass, and now it's time for you to make your big debut on the biggest Muay Thai stage in the United States. Tell me what the emotions are like for you when you get that call.
Well, it's exciting, you know. I mean, my first thought is like this is about to go down. This is a big deal, you know, and it gets me like excited. It gets me like a little bit nervous, but it's good nerves, you know, and it makes me like ready to get into a hard training camp and ready to work hard and just super excited.
I know Nathan's going to have some questions for you about your how you fight and all that kind of thing. But you're coming in. You have a 3-1 record. It's your debut with Lion Fight, and you don't have an easy test by any means in front of you. You've got Regan Gowing across from you. What can we expect from you facing Regan Gowing?
Well, so I actually I know Regan. She's cool people. I've seen her fight. I know she's a technical fighter. And coming into this fight, I know that that's what I'm gonna have to face. So from me, I've definitely been working a lot on my technique, a lot on my aggression, a lot on movement, and just coming in forward and making it a fight, coming in aggressive.
All right, Nathan, take it away.
Hi, Yasmin. I guess I first have to start off with the fight name because obviously it's close to the whole Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, I've been just researching and watching the fights on YouTube, and I can see where the whole Devil comes in there with the aggression and the going in there straight away for the kill, which is super exciting, by the way, for me to watch a fight like this. But tell us a little bit about the fight name and where that sort of come from.
So actually, so my name is Yasmeen, obviously, and then an old teammate of mine, he saw it was after my first fight. I came into that fight and I just attacked, which is funny. And so he came up to me the next day. He's like, "Wow, you felt like the Tasmanian Devil," and then he put it together and it became the Yasmeen Devil. And then I mean, from then, my fights, the way that I fight, I bring a lot of aggression and I make it a fight. So it's just, people are like, you fight like like the Yasmeen Devil, and it just fits. So it's fun.
Yeah, no, it really does fit, and just the whole like Tasmanian Devil being Australian, of course, it was like that was exciting for me.
Yeah,
and that happened. The same thing happened to me in my fight career. I got called Carnage, and then I just was doing what you were doing, which was just being who you are, going ahead and fighting, and you obviously live up to the Devil name, Tasmanian Devil name. And like I did with my career, but more about you. I've been watching all your fights, super aggressive, very technical at the same time. But I love that about a fighter that's technical but aggressive, because I find a lot of fighters that, are technical, they might want to stand back and just sort of, take their time. You just sort of like, go ring. It's like, I'm here to fight. Let's get into this. I noticed you had a lot of fights with the elbow pad on. I never actually had the opportunity. We didn't have amateur fights with elbow pads back when I was fighting. Then it was just either one or the other. Is there a big difference stepping in, I guess, this fight? I watched you, training on the pads, lots of elbows, so it's something that you like to throw. With the elbow pad, maybe don't throw it as much. Is it something more that you'd be looking forward to throwing in this professional part of your career now?
I actually usually never throw elbows, which is but I have been working more on elbows. And it's a fun feeling to land. I'm getting used to it, getting on pad work, and I'm excited to use more elbows. It's just, I don't know, the thought of like cutting someone with like, coming in with that elbow. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I actually was, when I studied your fights, I noticed you didn't use them. And then when I went further and watched some of your training footage, I saw you hacking away at the pads with the elbows. I thought, okay, I've got to talk to her about these. Of course,
Yeah,
me
no,
being
for sure.
a fan, lover of the elbow strikes, I thought I'd ask you. But it makes sense for being such a, aggressive fighter, to put that weapon in there for yourself as well as you're
For
going
sure.
forward into the pocket all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Getting caught in there, being close, definitely needs to throw more elbows in that for sure.
Also, how's this weight for you? Is it an easy weight cut? So some of your other fights was at 106. This is at 110, isn't it?
Yeah. I usually fight at 105. This one's at
Mhm.
110. So it's gonna be a walk in the park to make.
Nice. So you'll be
Yeah,
feeling fresh all the way through. It's good.
feeling very strong. I was feeling strong even before I knew about the fight. So definitely gonna come into this fight very strong.
Yeah. Well, Regan was much the same. She was a 105 as well, and she's come up a little bit.
Mm,
So it's going to be a
yeah,
great
for
even
sure.
matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a great matchup for sure. It'll be fun.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's all the questions from me today. Back to you, Scott.
Thank you.
Uh, Yasmeen, I wanted to ask you, I mean, obviously you're in San Diego now. I understand it. You grew up in Philadelphia, which is a great fight town, of
Yeah.
course. But your background being Lebanese, most Lebanese households, or at least from people that I know, are pretty strict. So how did your parents take the whole "I want to be a fighter"?
It's funny, my dad actually is the one that wanted me to start being a fighter. I asked
All
him
right.
growing up, I was like, do you want me to do ballet or you want me to be a fighter? So so I mean, I became a fighter. My dad, he really wanted, I'm a small girl, so he really wanted me to know how to protect myself, especially growing up in Philly. So he's like, I want my daughter, my little girl, to be able to protect herself in any situation. So, I don't know if he knew I would turn into, professional fighter, move to San Diego and chase after my dream. But I'm sure that he's happy for me, and so is my mom. And I know she gets scared every time I get in the ring, but I know they're excited for me for sure.
Well, we keep getting told or asked about bringing Lion Fight to Philadelphia, and I know obviously now you'd have your family there. Natalie Morgan has moved there. We've got
Hmm.
other fighters that are very close to Philadelphia. I mean, it would be like a built-in crowd, hometown crowd for you to do a homecoming fight in Philadelphia.
That would be absolutely amazing. I would have people from Philly, people from New York. It would be a big crowd. I think it'd be dope. Honestly, it'd be a lot of fun for sure.
All right, very cool. Well, want to thank you for your time on this today. It's a real treat to meet you and have a chance to get to know you a little bit more. We're really excited about Line Fight 65 coming up on May 21st on UFC Fight Pass, of course. So excited to see you then. Nathan, we will see you, of course, in another couple of episodes of our Line Fight Zoom chats we do ahead of that show. And for everybody else, we will also see you very soon again, too. Thanks very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Yasmeen. Real treat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.